Hey, Shalom, Shalom. It's your brother Raza Allah from GMS London Camp. First and foremost, when they give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachach Hadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone, blessings to the hopeful and sincere elect, Bachaya Hadash, as the holy elect Baha Raza in around in the four winds of the earth, greetings. It's a quick upload in regards to these Evites out here. You gotta beware of these black mambas, aka the Evites, aka the nigger woman, because she is a spawn of Satan on the left hand side, man. She's in league with the devil, spiritually, the spiritual demon Satan, and she's in league with the so-called white man, who's the son of the spiritual demon Satan on the left hand side of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, what they English call God, and Hamashiach, what they would call Christ, whose true name in the Hebrew, the Heavenly Father's name is Yahweh, and his only begotten Son's name, Savior of the nation of Israel, starting with the elect, his name is Yahweh Shai, the Paleo Hebrew. So all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman, man. And this is just another pure example of why brothers need to be wary, especially these black women nowadays, and you need to be mindful of these heifers out here, especially getting into some long-term relationships and having babies and bringing forth life with these damn succubuses, man. These these uh um these succubus demons, you know, these harlots, you know, because the scripture says in Amos the seventh chapter that our wives should be harlots in the city, you know. And this woman here, man, what she did just shows and proves, you know, more or less what brothers have been preaching for the longest, especially from the apostles and elders, a great millstone on down, is that we don't need you nigger women, man. We got all the other women of the tribes, so-called Hispanic and Latino tribes and all that, Native Americans, and also we got concubines of the other nation, man. You know, so this guy Tigger, Big Tigger, used to watch him on rap. What was it? The rap MTV or rap or whatever it's called, back in the day in the early '90s. You know, into that hip hop culture and all of that, freestyling and all that with major rappers in America. He basically had a situation with his wife, his estranged wife. And this picture right here, this heifer called Alicia Brown. I'll just, you know, I think she got another name as well, but I'll just call it, cut it short, Alicia Brown. She's that's basically a vindictive, a habitual liar, and she's the pure enemy. Showing you this is another example of why the nigger woman is the enemy of the Israelite man. Because, you know, Big Tigger, he's an Israelite, whether he knows it or not. From whatever perspective tribe he is, probably from the Southern Kingdom, if I'm not mistaken. But this nigger woman here, man, she's a straight up demon. She used to reside in Atlanta. She's around 37 years of age, you know, and she's the wife of this guy Tigger. And basically, the viral video that's been going on around since last week or a few days back is regarding this so-called domestic situation between Tigger and his wife, in which his, you know, this woman here lied, basically tried to set him up on some domestic violence case, DV case. You know, the system, you know, backs the nigger woman or backs women in general when they want to come up with speculations and allegations against the husband. So straight away, you know, the man's going to already get arrested for whatever charge she tried to hem him up with. And basically it came out that, you know, a video that was recording, and one of the sons basically that was recording the video, basically the footage got leaked, and funny enough, it actually showed the total opposite. It showed that this nigger woman was the antagonist. She was the one basically heckling the husband, all because he wanted his fucking mobile phone. All he wanted was his blood clot phone from this heifer, and she was kicking up a fuss, jumping all over the damn place, exacerbating the situation, jumping and rolling around on the floor like a damn mad woman. You know, and the son, because he's in that, you know, mother, mother worshipping type spirit, you know, he was simping for, basically he was trying to stick up for his mum, and he watched the video. I'm not going to go into the whole thing, but it just shows evidence of straight up habitual lying and exacerbation on the wife's part in regards to what she accused Tigger of, man. Tigger didn't even lay a finger on her, man. She was there rolling on the floor, didn't want to give up his property, her fucking phone, because she obviously suffers from higher levels of insecurity, and she's, you know, jealousy and all of that, you know. because he's a popular guy, popular male figure in Hollywood, whatever. And she probably thought he was cheating on her, whatever. And that's in his right to anyway. There's no such thing as a man cheating. A man's just exercising his options basically. If he had another woman on the side, as long as she's not married or betrothed to another man, there's nothing wrong with that, man. But yet and still, these nigger women, they can't deal with that, man. They can't deal with sharing their husbands. But in these last days, you women are gonna have to share your husbands, or you're gonna get left behind, man. And the majority of you black women are gonna be left behind because you suffer from something called Stockholm syndrome, where you love the so-called white man more than you love your damn husband. That's rare, having your seed, bringing forth that seed in your stomach and all of that. You love the so-called enemy more than your husband, man. You're ready to call the enemy to get your husband arrested and charged for, crimes that he didn't even commit, man. And that just shows you the system's in league with the damn nigger woman. And she'll easily betray you, man, over fucking, emotions, man. Just being emotional. She'll betray you and set you up to be hemmed up, face all kind of charges, ruin your career. Basically, the defamation of character and all of that. He had to go through that for the past week because this allegation just came out, and he's not the type of person to be, caught up in some DV type of assaults and all of that. He's not that type of guy. You can tell he's just one of them beta males, simping after the woman. Basically, he's got that beta male type spirit. Real calm and collective, but simping still. And she basically is the antagonist and wears the trousers in the relationship, more or less, the way it looked in that video. And yeah, man. So the video came out viral, and it actually, put this bitch on blast, basically, and showed the evidence that she was lying, and she falsified a whole, accusation to get her husband arrested for, next to nothing, for basically no reason, other than the fact that she's just an emotional wreck, and she can't have her way. And all the guy wanted was his blood clot phone, But as the scripture says, a wicked woman is given unto a wicked man. So that relationship is, all over the place anyway. Them Hollywood relationships, as them celebs do. That shit's never gonna last the test of time, man. And look at this bitch in this picture, man. You can just see by a visage, her features, man, her facial features. She's got dark spirits on her, man. She's got Satan's dwelling in her membrane, man. She got them demons festering in her wig or in her hair, in her membrane, basically, man. And she's not right. She ain't right in the spirit, man. Look at her eyes, man. You can see Satan just dwelling in her pupils, man, ready to explode, So, yeah, the information came out, and then even more so, she got caught out, around different counties or wherever she's from, on other kidnapping charges. Basically, she got caught up with some other charges that she basically ran from another state or county in Maryland, if I'm not mistaken, where she was brought up on charges for kidnapping and mistreating her children, basically. And she was on the run, basically, from that place. And whenever she fell in love and met Tigger, I don't know, but they had the kid and whatever, or one or two kids, whatever. And that should have been a red flag, man. You should have known not to be, especially with a bitch like this, looking like this, all crazy in the pictures and all that, the mugshot and all that. Obviously, the one in the middle looks like a bit more sane, so to speak. But yet and still, man, the scripture says what? Don't be bemused by the beauty of a woman. Roughly paraphrasing. I want to read it in Sirach, the 25th chapter. Read a couple of verses, man. But don't be beguiled by the beauty of a woman, man. Because her head ain't all the way right, man. Look what she's done. She tried to ruin her whole family, ruin her son's father's life, all because she's an emotional wreck and she's an habitual liar, man, which most of these black women are. When you come to find out, that's what they do, because the system's in league with them, man. They're one-on-one with Satan, and the spiritual, Esau, Edom, which is the, as I said, the spiritual, physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. They're one-on-one with the league with the devil when it comes to, coming against the husband, man. So this is just another pure example of what brothers have been warning about. Stay away from these black heifers, man. These black mambas, man. They got poison all up in their goals, man. Poison of asps and all of that. These deviant heifers, man, are gonna be stopped, man, because they're the true enemy of the Israelite man, and it goes back to the beginning in the garden, man, with Eve. You know, through her we all die. All sin began with her, man. Transgression of the law, all began with this nigger woman named Eve, man. You know, and through her we all die, man. You know, so this is the curse that men have to deal with when dealing with the black woman, man. The black woman, man. So you better choose your heifers and wisely in these last days, man. Don't be just simping and falling for any lucky charm because a bitch may look a certain or present herself in a certain way. Don't fall for the okie doke, man. You gotta try a bitch. You gotta try these heifers out here, man. Especially when you wanna procreate and bring forth life. You know. So anyway, yeah, this bitch is a serial kidnapper, so to speak, and she's an habitual liar, man. She's a demon. You know, and she's gonna get judged anyway. She's gonna get put to death. You know, whether in the time of Jacob's trouble or she gets led to take that MOT to the B, which is the RFIDC hip, she gonna die anyway, a horrible death, man, because these women are straight up the enemy of the Israelite man, and she's gonna be, she's gonna see her demise, man, very soon, as it tells you in Micah 7:10. And she that is mine enemy shall see it, shame shall cover her, because these women are too comfortable in the society, man, because of the so-called white man, the damn devil. It says Big Tigger's wife arrested in Georgia, Atlanta, or Maryland kidnapping related warrants. So even after the video went viral, this bitch decided to hit the road and go on a kidnapping spree and basically disappear on the run, basically, man, until authorities caught up with her, and arrested her ass on other charges that she's been hemmed up for. This bitch is crazy, man. So she's a serial criminal, man. She's a woman scorned, man. You don't want to deal with a woman scorned, man. They're very sadistic, man. She coming in that spirit of anime and all that shit. Tina Turner and what's her name? The woman that played Tina Turner in anime. I can't even remember her name right now. Brothers know who I'm talking about, though, man. Very famous actress in Hollywood. Says the wife of Atlanta radio personality Big Tigger was arrested in Hart County after authorities say she was wanted on kidnapping related warrants connected to the disappearance of a reported child missing in Maryland since 2019. So this bitch has been going off, man. And I'm surprised this guy obviously didn't know about it, but he didn't see no red flags when you're dealing with these bitches, man. You didn't see no red flags, man. You can't be dealing with these heifers, man. These bitches she's the type of bitch that when you're sleeping, cut off your nutsack, man, and all that shit, man. Or try and poison your meal, man. That's how sadistic and wicked these witches are, man. She's a straight up deviant, man. She's a straight up succubus demon trying to take your soul, man. She got caught in Atlanta, man. Was taken into custody, and 2 young children were found inside of the vehicle and were safely recovered. Officials said the children were not harmed, injured. Yeah, man. She probably had it her way. She probably would have made them kids disappear, man. If she didn't get caught up with the law. Who knows, man? These women are sick in the head, man. Who knows what she would have done with them damn kids if she just kept losing her mind and, So these are the type of bitches to be on them, medications and all of them heavy medications for fucking anxiety and stress and all of these type of things. Seeing a psychiatrist, damn witches and warlocks out here. She's not all right in her head, man. She's totally insecure. So as I said, I'm surprised Big Tigger didn't recognize this shit, man. In the first place when he got with our ass, man. Those are red flags, man. This bitch is an habitual. She's just a straight up demon, man. I don't even know what else to say, man. She's a straight up demon, man. It says here's a picture of her hair. You gotta be careful with these black bitches, man. You gotta be careful with these heifers, especially these celebs, man. They that celeb lifestyle, man, is not everything you think it is, man. Not all cut out not all pristine and green on the other side, so to speak, man. You know, there's a lot of weird shit going on with these celebs in these celeb relationships, Hollywood and all that, man. You know, get you a basic bitch, man. Don't be dealing with these heifers. I don't know if she's in the industry, but definitely just stay away from the black woman, man. For brothers, just in this truth, you know. I know every brother's got their own, got their own so-called taste, so a certain variety of woman that they like. But there's plenty of fish, as they say, there's plenty of fish in the sea, man. There's many to go around. You don't need to, kill yourself for the nigger woman, man. Of her obscure attitude and wicked nature, man. You gotta stay away from these black heifers. Anyway, I might put the article in the description box for brothers. But this bitch is basically she's crazy, man. She's a lunatic. When a bitch looks like that in the mugshot, man, you can't trust a bitch that looks like this, man. She's loony. She's a lunatic, man. She's loose. She's loose. She's got a couple wires loose in the brain, man. Crying and doing all kinds of exaggerating shit because a man said he wanted his phone and you're trying to get him hemmed up and put into prison, man. These bitches are demons, man. So Ecclesiasticus 25 and 16, it says, I'd rather dwell with a lion and a dragon, two fierce animals, man. And these ain't no strayaways. These animals, these lions and dragons, they're predators, man. So a man would rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. And when you watch that video, man, see how she's over exaggerating and exacerbating the situation, crying wolf, acting like she's being harmed unnecessarily, and he ain't even doing nothing to her. He ain't even touching her. All he's asking for is his fucking phone. She's jumping all over the damn place like it's a bungee jump, man. Like it's a bouncing castle on me. Crazy bitch, man. If there was no footage being filmed, Tigger would have been in jail serving mad years right now. He would have got charged, thrown into jail, and all of that madness, man. Luckily, the Lord had mercy, and the son actually had a recording that got found out and got released. So basically, he's going to be exonerated from all charges, and she's going to get hemmed up with more charges, and on top of the kidnapping and everything else that she's been got warrants for, man. Because she's a sick being. So the wickedness of a woman changeth her face, and darkness her countenance like sackcloth. Look at her face, man. This is all that makeup and shit when she's dolled up in the middle. But look at her natural look, man. Without all the makeup and all that, she's dark. Look at her dark countenance, man. The bags underneath her eyes and all that. She's a straight demon. Look at the hair, all hysterical and all that. Like she ain't had a shower in a week or something, man. She looked crazy. And this is what man was laying with at night. When he first met her, she probably looked like that. And then after that first night when he woke up, she probably looked like that in the morning on the right hand corner. And then he realized he fucked up. It was too late, man. He already bust that nut in the sack. And then she had brought forth his utes and all that, man. So you gotta be careful out here, man. Don't just be trusting the heifer because she got pounds of makeup on her face, man. That shit is all a facade, man. That makeup is not real. That just makes them look fake, man. That's fake. It's the makeup industries are, cosmetic industry in general is all about fake and making making you look total opposite to what you actually look like, man. Without all that makeup on, all that gloss and powder and all that layers of powder they put in their fucking face, man. Bitches is tattooing their eyebrows nowadays, man, as well. Tattooing their eyebrows, all this mad shit, man. Sticking weaves into their dome and shit. It's crazy, man. Said her husband shall sit among his neighbours, and when he heareth, it shall sigh bitterly. Yeah, he's pissed, man. And you already know these family members and people that are around him, they're like bugging out thinking, what did this guy do? But then after the footage came out, a lot of his family members came to his aid and said, yeah, man, this bitch she has a track record of just lying and doing fuckery and and trying to get away with murder, basically. So they basically come to his defense. But why do this is what a man have to go through just to deal with a woman, man. I'd rather be single, man. The Lord said, he that pleaseth the Most High shall escape her, man. in the Bible, man, Ecclesiastes the 12th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. He that pleadeth the Most High shall escape. Fall out of them snares and because a woman's the snares and nets. That's all she is. Trying to hem you up, man. Trying to break your spirit, and then when she gets done with you, she moves to the next victim, man. That's what women do, man. That's what they was talking about. I'm bored. I'm bored. Bored of doing what, man? Being a whore. You know, crazy. But anyway, verse 18. I read that already. So, verse 19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her, man. So all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. A woman will go far and wide. Even if you're innocent and you didn't do nothing to this bitch, she'll do the most to make sure the law and order arrest your ass and then put you behind bars for something a crime that you never even committed. You know how much men are in jail right now serving nearly life sentences for shit that they never even did. And some of it really revolves around a fucking woman. Most of the time it revolves around a woman, man. Some situation, a woman was involved, man. Or a man had to, basically put his foot down and get the bitch out of there or something like that because she committed adultery, which that's lawful according to the scriptures. A man's supposed to, carry out that judgment if he finds out that his woman committing adultery. According to the scriptures, she and that person that she slept with, if she didn't cry out, are supposed to be put to death, man. That's in Deuteronomy the 22nd chapter. If they're caught red-handed, basically, they're supposed to be put to death. That's lawful according to the scriptures, but we can't carry out them laws in this society because Esau will throw you under the jail, man. He'll stick you in the dungeon somewhere, man. 23-hour lockdown, man. 1 hour wreck. All them, all them fuckery, solitary confinement and shit, man. Esau's the devil, man. Just for you being a law-abiding citizen. Following the instructions of the Bible. That's why we need the kingdom, and that's why we need Yahweh Shai, man, because none of this shit is going to be going on in the kingdom, man. A woman ain't going to be committing adultery no more anyway. That spirit of wickedness and the adulterous nation is going to die on this side, man. All these heifers out here, man. But, yeah, man, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Yeah? So you got to be wary. You got to be careful with these bitches, man. It's 21, as we mentioned earlier. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. Yeah, you might see a bitch, she looking all dainty and all that. She looking all good on the outside, but inside she's like withering bones, man. She got skeletons in her closet, man. And her womb too, man. Her womb's tied up with all kind of sperm cells and skeletons, cobwebs up in there, all sorts, man. Disgusting, man. And then on top of that, smelling like a sewage wreck and all of that, man. You got bad BV and all that, body odor, bong and vagina, as they call it over here in the UK, which means a woman stinks, basically. BV, bong and vagina. That's that stink that comes up that's prophesied in Isaiah the 3rd chapter. And instead of a sweet smell, there shall be stink. That's what it's talking about, man. Bong and vaginas. And that's the majority of these harlots, man. How you can tell a woman's a harlot? Just let her open up her legs real quick and let you get a whiff of that, man, and you can tell straight away whether she's been tampered with a lot, whether she's gone through the rigor, so to speak, gone through the whole block, a roundaway girl, like LL Cool J made that song back in the day. I need a roundaway girl. Yeah, these roundaway girls are sluts, man, harlots, man. Gotta stay away from these heifers. They use them for what you have to use them for, but don't marry these bitches, man. Don't be Big Tigger marrying these heifers and all of that, thinking you can change a bitch, man. Once a whore, you can't change a whore into a housewife, man. That's the saying, right? It says a woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. A wicked woman abateth the courage, making an heavy countenance and a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband, like this black heifer, is in distress, maketh weak hands and feeble knees. She nearly got this guy put under, locked away. This guy ain't never committed a crime in his life, I don't think, man. She nearly got the whole book thrown at this nigga, man, for some DV assault charge that he didn't even commit. And he said it on because he's a radio personality now, he said it on his show that he unequivocally denies all allegations against him, man, and this bitch set him up basically. And then his co-host, which is another female, said Yeah, she stands side by side with Tigger. Basically, she came to his defense, saying this guy Tigger ain't that kind of character, man. You know, he wouldn't do such a thing, man. And you can tell by Tigger's spirit, man. He's like he's a simp, man. He ain't got that type of spirit to be DVing woman, man. He'd probably be the one getting beaten up, man. The way he carries himself, man. You know. But this is what it is, man. It's their word against yours, man. In the court of law, you're found guilty before you can be proven innocent, man. You're straight up guilty in the eyes of the law, even if you didn't do nothing. Because she's your woman and you're the stronger, alpha male, so to speak. You're gonna get arrested straight away. Brothers has been through that, man. Even if you're just there arguing with a bitch, police will come to their aid so quick and arrest your ass just for you raising up your voice or whatever, man. It's posing a threat. They'll arrest you, man. You know, showing you this system is one-sided, man. It's in favor of the woman. We know what that really all goes back to, getting the husband out of the house so the woman can receive benefits, child benefits, and look after the damn kids. So yeah, it says of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Yeah, Eve, man. These Evites out here, these nigga women, man. Through her we all die, man. Of her became the beginning of sin. And men weren't made for you women, like I told you in 1 Corinthians, man. You women were made for men, You're the help meet, man. You're supposed to help your man, not be a fucking liability, man. And a plague to his whole life, man. You're supposed to be an asset, not a liability. You're supposed to be a helpmeet. That's what the Lord made you black women in the first place, man. You're out here causing stress and bare anguish and headache for no reason, all because you're an emotional wreck, man. And you can't humble yourself. You can't simmer down. You need a man to damn near beat you with a stick to make you see sense, man. And even if he don't touch you, you're still trying to trump up man on charges, man, because the system's with you, man. Totally demons, man. Total demons. So of the woman became the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Yeah, Eve was a transgressor, man. When Adam, she made Adam go off, man. She led him down that path of perdition, man. She made him fall from the glory, man. Made him transgress the laws. Because the women are simple as all hell, man. And they turned aside. I told you in Timothy, they turned aside unto Satan, and they're a bunch of busybodies, man. It says, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gather abroad. So, yo, man, Tigger had to learn the hard way, man. Stay away from the nigger woman. I guarantee, if he does get divorced, by this heifer, which he probably is, or he should do if he's wise, he ain't gonna get with a nigger woman again. Probably gonna get with a Snow White bunny, man. Snow White bunnies give you less stress, man. You probably get with an Asian chick or, Snow White bunny, or something just less stressful, man. Not these westernized heifers, man, that give you a damn headache just for saying hello and all that, man. Just to make a conversation. They're trying to, tear you down. Verse 26, if she go not out, Slaka, if she go not as thou wouldest, have her, cut her off from thy flesh. Yeah, divorce that bitch, man. And give her a bill of divorce and let her go, yeah. Let that bitch go, man. She's crazy. She's trying to throw you under the bus. You got children with the bitch. She didn't give a shit, man. Your son would have to come and visit you in prison on visitation and all that, because because the woman is such a demon. She put an innocent man behind bars, man. Then the son has to come and see his son all chained up and all of that on visitation and all that, man. That's some wickedness and a half, man. And a lot of these women do this type of shit, man. It's in their nature, man. They just, as soon as the weather turns bad or whatever, man, they kick up a hissy fit. Don't be around them, man, especially when they're on their period and shit. Don't be around a nigga woman, man, or woman in general, but especially the nigga woman, man. When she's on her period and all that, them moon cycles, that's when she's a real lunatic, man. She starts doing mad shit for no reason. Start trying to start arguments and contention and all that, And then she'll run to the damn police. Talk about 999 or 911. Damn demon, man. You're going for all that stress and he didn't even do nothing to this bitch, man. Luckily they had the video, man. As I said before. If it weren't for that video, man, Tigger would be in jail right now, doing probably 5 to 10 or whatever, man. They would have made an example of that nigga, man. You know, shit, damn. You gotta record shit nowadays, man. Can't trust these bitches. Isaiah 32:9 says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech." Yeah, because this is their society, man. They're lapping it up. They're living in pleasures. Like it tells you in Timothy, she that liveth in pleasures, dead while she liveth. You had a lot of shootings recently. A lot of black bitches getting shot. TikTok influencers and all that. One in particular, she got shot coming out of a party just the other day. You know, because they're living in pleasure, man. They're just living careless. You know, they don't hold no accountability for their wicked actions. You know, and they just act like slaws and sluts and expect, you know, they're just a bunch of gimme girls, man. Expect everything to just come to them, you know, at their feet, you know, because they got a vagina and a pair of tits. So they're just, you know, they're you know, very self entitled, man. You know, they think they think of way above their means. You know, so you can't be playing around with these heifers, man. These heifers will have you hemmed up, drive you to the bottle and all that, man. So certain men have lost their wits because of a woman. These women are dangerous, man. You know, these women are dangerous, man. So you gotta be brothers to be extra careful, especially nowadays, coming to the time of Jacob's trouble. 7 women shall take hold of one man, which means a number of women in completion. A lot of these heifers are gonna come out of the woodworks, and they're not really gonna be sincere, man. You gotta be able to, you know, decipher and pick them out, man. Pick out the phony from the real, man. You know, try them through the spirit, man. You know, and they're not going to be able to fool the men of the Lord in that time anyway, because we're going to be on a heightened level of, you know, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, man. We're going to be, this wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of that time. So these heifers ain't going to be able to just pull one over on brothers, just so they can slide in and get a seat on the chariot or whatever, man. You know, they ain't just going to be able to get away with it, man. You're going to get caught out there. We're going to see you a mile away coming, man. And we're going to play you at your own game. You ain't getting one over the men of the Lord, man. Those days are over. All the snares and nets, the games, the Jedi mind tricks you bitches keep running. All that shit's over, man. Many days and years shall you be troubled, you careless women. So this is the time when you women are going to be catching hell. Ezekiel 9:4 says, "Rise up, you careless women that eat." No, not careless women that eat. Slucky. It says, you know, destruction is going to come upon the young maids and women, man. So there's going to be a lot of women getting, you know, destroyed out here by the death angels out here in these last days, especially in the time of Jacob's trouble. Because you women are the weaker vessel, man. You need a man to defend you. And all this independent feminist talk, you're going to come to find out that was all bullshit, man. That shit don't work in the real world, man. That only works in the West. So as many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. Yeah, you women are going to be losing more of your jobs. We'll be more dependent on the government wealth checks than ever, and then Esau going to cut off them checks too. Unless you take that C-hip, man, which a lot of women, you know, already know. A lot of these women are going to go lining up with their damn kids, baby and them, you know, to go and get that damn RFID C-hip, the MOT to the B, when Esau makes it mandatory. A lot of women are going to be lining up, man, in droves, man, you know, because women are faithless dogs, man, you know. They're quick to just, you know, make haste in the time of trouble, without a second thought. Tremble, you women that are at ease, be troubled, you careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Yeah, the Lord's going to humble you heifers out here, man. And a lot of these heifers out here, more of you are going to start getting put to death by your ex-husbands, husbands, boyfriends, whatever. Because of situations like this, you're getting the man hemmed up into the system inappropriately and all that. False allegations, you know. A lot of these women are going to get visited by their partners in these last days, and they ain't going to be all sweet, man. Ain't going to be all cotton candy, man. The man's going to come and repay you and take your damn head off your damn shoulders. I think there's another story recently, young Jake, about 27 or something like that. He killed 2 of his own children, and he said he did it to get back at the nigger woman, man, to set an example. So men are going to become more heartless. It says the love of many shall wax cold, man. As iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. The man killed his own children and said he did that to set an example to the nigger woman that he was with. So she must have been a straight up demon
And he's got demons on him as well to kill your own damn kids like that. However he killed them, I'm not sure. I think he stabbed them or whatever. And Jake, young Jake. But he said he did it because the nigga woman was a damn demon, man. You know, you can only imagine how she was probably, just giving him hell. And she probably got another partner as well. All kinds of shit. This place is on its way out anyway, man. And you nigga woman, all that pussy worshipping in this society that overindulge in, man. All that's coming to an end, man. Now it's time for the man to be exalted and you women to be abased, man, where you belong. Because you're the weaker vessel, as I said. So anyway, with that, hopefully brothers are edified. I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, but Hashem, Yahweh Shai, but Hashem, Ruach HaKodesh, and Shalom to the hopeful and sincere elect.